Okay, after talking about the Philippine Venture Capital Investment Group, let us now move on to our two other field trip venues. They are the Philippine Stock Exchange, or PSE, and First Metro Securities. Now, I'd like to make a note here. In our PowerPoint presentations as well as our face-to-face discussions, I often tell you that the venue is PS Bank, or the company is PS Bank. Actually, that is just the location of their office. The reason why I highlight PS Bank rather than First Metro Securities is because everyone in the street knows where PS Bank is. It's very easy to locate, you won't get confused. But actually, PS Bank is just the office of First Metro Securities. Now, I'm sure these the facilitators for PSE and First Metro Securities would also talk about their own respective organizations and what they do. So I don't want to be redundant and repeat what they're going to say. I'm just going to dovetail just a few points about these two entities and what are stocks, stock markets, mutual funds in relation to our business orientation as well as our future projects. Okay, so what is a stock? Basically, a stock is a financial instrument that gives you a stake or a share in a particular corporation. Okay? It gives you equity in a certain corporation. Now, there are different types of stocks. We're not going to talk about them here. A mutual fund, on the other hand, is a pool or a portfolio of different stocks of companies. You've heard of the saying, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. So a mutual fund is a hedge against a problem that might happen if you put your investment in only one stock. Let's say, what if a certain company where you have your stock doesn't do well? So that means your investment would also go down. Whereas if you put your money in a mutual fund, if one of your companies doesn't do well, the other companies in the fund might be able to pull you up. Okay? So whether you're dealing with stocks or mutual funds, you are dealing with investments in big businesses. The place where stocks are traded is known as the stock market, and the regulatory agency that handles the trading is known as the Philippine Stock Exchange. To give you a more ostensive example of what is a stock and what is a mutual fund, let's try to compare it with a typical investment in a small business, say a sari-sari store. Let us suppose that you have 50,000 pesos, spare 50,000 pesos that you'd like to invest, and you want to decide, where would I put my 50,000 pesos? Suppose a friend of yours wanted to set up a sari-sari store, and he invites you, hey, why don't you invest in my sari-sari store? Total value of my sari-sari store is worth 100K. I'm gonna put in 50K, you put in your 50K, and you'll have 50% ownership in my sari-sari store. Meaning, whatever profits I get from my sari-sari store, you get 50%. Not bad, right? Well, that depends. Statistics show that 9 or sometimes 8 out of 10 businesses fail. This is a startup business, so the chance of failure is high. Okay? Compare that with, say, PLDT, which is a company that has been around for many, many years. It's a utility company, it's very strong, and it has made tons and tons of money for all of its shareholders. So you say, what if I put my 50K here? Is it better than putting it in a sari-sari store? Well, the total value of PLDT right now is at 19 billion US. So what is 50K compared to 19 billion? It's just a very small cut from PLDT. So you might say, since it's just a small cut, maybe the returns are lower compared to the returns that I'll get here. Not necessarily. Because like I said, there is a bigger risk involved in this startup. But there's still a third option. You could put your 50K in a mutual fund. So let's say that in this mutual fund, you are investing not only in PLDT, but you're also investing in Jollibee, in PNB, and San Miguel. Is this a better option compared to this? Maybe, maybe not. Okay? As I pointed out earlier, the advantage of the mutual fund compared to the stock is that if one company doesn't do well, let's say PLDT goes down this year, hopefully these other 3 companies would fare better. Okay. Take note also that they are diversified in a variety of industries. So this industry is telco, PNB is banking, Jollibee and SMC are in the food industry. So let's say in a certain year, telecommunication industries are down, but food companies are up. So yeah, PLDT goes down, but maybe you'll fare better with Jollibee and SMC. The downside of putting your money in a mutual fund is that your profit could also be watered down. Like, wouldn't it be better if you just put your money in one company, PLDT, and if PLDT performs well this year, you get a large profit here. But since it's watered down, then your investment in that company that performs in a certain period will not be that great. So, should it be sari-sari stores, stocks, and mutual funds? Once again, run it through your criteria. What's the cost, the risk, the return, and the other criteria that we talked about in order to arrive at a sound investment decision.